Well, Walt Grayson is always with us every Friday at 6 o'clock with another story focusing on Mississippi. And this time, Walt is taking us to a new exhibit at Mississippi's two museums.
Although it is specifically about a shipwreck found in Florida, it has a lot to do with Mississippi. What have you found, Walt?
Oh, Byron and Mel, I found the same thing that a team of divers found in 1972 off the coast of Florida, and that's the remains of a ship rigged specifically to carry slaves from Africa to the Americans. They had to dive to make their discovery, but we can discover what they found by visiting Mississippi's two museums downtown. The shipwreck was of the Henrietta Marie. It was an English slave ship that capsized off Florida in 1700. Mel Fisher and his team excavated what remained of it in 1972, and the best of what they found is at Mississippi's two museums. Finding the remains of a slave ship is rare.
Oh, it's not common to find them because when slavery was over, they simply repurposed the ship, so it became something else.
So to get a glimpse of what was recovered from the Henrietta Marie is probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And our folks at the two museums want us to not only look at what's here, but listen with our hearts to the whispers these artifacts tell us.
I think what touched me the most, I had the opportunity to actually touch one of the chains that was found on the board of the Henrietta Marie, and I'm a strong believer that objects, tangible things, tell their own stories, and that they're living, breathing things, and when we go to the museums, we don't normally think that.
In Africa, they were people, then captives, and after they passed through a doorway like this and were loaded onto a slave ship, they became just cargo. And when they emerged somewhere in the North or South Americas, they were property. But they never stopped being people, individuals, with desires no different than what you have or I have. As of this year, it's been 400 years to the year since the first slave ship crossed the Atlantic with enslaved people from Africa. Some of them came to Mississippi. And the values they brought with them and never let die are a part of the fabric of our state today.
Strength, fortitude, and integrity rode across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm here. I'm a part of that ancestry.
It's an oversimplification to just lump them into the catch-all category of slave. They each had names. They individually had faces. And Spirits of the Passage, the story of the transatlantic slave trade, attempts to give them a voice. The Spirits of the Passage exhibit is in Mississippi until August the 11th. And Monday, boy, this is going to be a good one. We've got a story of Mother Dillard of Yazoo City. This is my other mother right here. She said that I could call her mom. She herself, just 2 generations after slavery. This week, she had 5 generations of her family gathered around her to help her celebrate her 107th birthday. And we're going to have some words of wisdom from a lady who's lived it. Monday at 6 at this time on WJTV 12.
She looks really
Looking
good.
forward to that. But
She looks great. I keep up. We had the 92-year-old guy on the other day who looked
she
great.
looks wonderful. But the story of the boat,
yeah.
I mean, that was a beautiful story. You told that. I mean, it really is just emotional to see what you saw, those chains, and then to think, it just very moving.
Go see it. Yeah, you got to go see it.
Yeah, I have to see that.